Parrish finds Thornton. The top score at 17 points per. Glover left open, and there it is.
Burley to throw it over the top and let Bronze go to work.
Good start for the Iowa Hawkeyes, who had to win on Sunday at Lincoln. They got a double-digit win just to get here to Indy. Parrish tees up a three, and he's got it.
That skip pass, it's hard to guard. You have to be in, you got to be to the ball, but you have to be able to close out and take shooters out of rhythm. It's easier said than done with Price Sanford.
Comes in with a lot of confidence, Robbie. Made 4 out of 6 threes in Lincoln on Sunday. Mobley, not afraid of a three.
He thought he got fouled. Man, that went in. For Iowa, that ankle kind of derailed him over these last couple. 4 of his last 13 from the field coming in. But a very good finisher around the rim and certainly has the burst.
Okay, Ohio State finally finding it. With that bucket, they made their last 4.
He would know. He would know.
Dix has had some good looks here. He's been known to heat up, but not quite yet here today. Back and forth we go. Royal has had a big afternoon.
Some mistakes on both sides. You know, the Ohio State turnover out of a timeout, and now you've got just a play to get the ball in, and Iowa can't do it.
Halfway through the second half, Ohio State trails by 3. Illinois awaits the winner. Mobley, Thornton, quickly to Parrish. To the hoop. 2 more. He did. There, Nicole. It's 2 consecutive seasons. The Buckeyes have not made the NCAA tournament. Find a sprint here in the final 7:27 to prevent it from being 3 in a row. Parrish to the basket and one.
Hoosiers out in Columbus. Galloway weaving his way through, flicks it up to the rim, misses in tight. So a couple of chippies underneath. And Ohio State still looking for their first points. Open look at a 3 is good. It's Devin Royal who did on CBS Sports Network. One of the great weeks on the college basketball calendar. Just around the corner. Second to last day in the regular season in the Big Ten. Got Michigan State on tap tomorrow. And here in Bloomington today, we got a double bubble game between these 2 teams. Royal back out to Thornton. They're going to reset, not much time. Parrish recognizes, fires, and he buries it.
And give some credit.
Asked us. Interesting. So they put 10 seconds on the shot clock. Parrish working quickly. Splash.
Over 20. He has found an extra gear here going back the last 6 weeks.
But John Mobley Jr. was a little upset about something there. I don't know if he didn't get his number called.
Devin Royal with a chance for the and one.
And they're trying to continue this here tonight on the road.
Ohio State had a run late January, early February. They really brought their season back to life. Mobley knocks down a 3. Just slashed in for 2, finds Wooster. Had a chance for 3. Morgan kept that alive. Tip to Thornton. To Royal. To the hoop for 2.
Nice job, Ohio State. He does not have to score to have a positive impact on his team. That time, you get in the middle of the defense, you collapse the D, look opposite. It sounds simple, but those are winning plays.
Thornton skip pass to Parrish, and he responds with a trap.
It took a shot to the face.
Yes, he did. Down to a 3-point lead. 5 seconds left. Mobley knocks down his 3rd 3. 7 to shoot. Williams, just enough space. Didn't quite get the roll. Only his 4th miss of the night. Thornton, Royal.
Well, Parrish got away with a hand check there.
Good look for a Sejan with 2 seconds left. Not close. Thornton trying to extend that lead. Finds Parrish. 3 more. Buckeye lead of 8. It was 6 at halftime. They found themselves down on 2 separate occasions in this second half.
Do Nebraska, do they have enough to make yet another run here?
Thornton to Royal and 1.
In the glass, giving themselves second chance opportunities. They're within double got it to single digits here, only down 6.
Morgan's chipped in 7 points, 5 rebounds. Thornton all the way in. Boy, Stewart got it to go with the contact.
Here's Thornton. Mobley, gosh, on the second he catches, he's looking at the rim, and then he gets inside.
Yeah, he's the leading scorer on the team, but just it's hard to rely on Mobley in a game like this, being a freshman. Not that he can't play great, but just that you kind of rely on the guys with experience in these games coming down the home stretch.
Thornton hands it off to Mahaffey, who stumbles and scores, and the foul.
Talked about Ohio State, how many threes they made in the first half. USC, they can get hot from behind the line. They can close the gap here.
Mobley creates. Thornton passes it up. Royal lets it fly. And he hits.
For fouls. He doesn't want to foul out when they got a chance to win this.
Comes into Mobley with St. Thomas guarding him.
It's that wing size. St. Thomas on Mobley. Hard for him to see over the top of him.
Thornton picks it up. Here's Royal. Getting in on Abo. And Royal scores. And the basket.
They're very open about that. A lot of fun moments. What was your first impression of him when he stepped on campus?
Well, size-wise, I had a little bit of an advantage. I tried to take advantage of that, and you know, we had some games. There was one game.
Mara, 10 points, 9 rebounds, and of course the defensive presence as a rim protector.
The fear, the scare, the intimidation. Got to go to a floater with him in the game. Nice seal.
Parrish drives in for the buck.
Those prize Bill Walton shoes.
67-58. UCLA, under 30 seconds to go. Thornton.
Look at the containment by Mack without fouling. That's the other thing they do well.
Step back, Mobley.
Good for you.
A deep one for Mobley. And
Can't stop him. He just flings that up there, and he's one of those guys that has great touch and gets rolls.
Still 6 points shy of his season average.
Glover. Ohio State tonight has Nicholson gotten a piece of that ball and kept it alive.
Unable to get to that one. It's Royal who saves it for Ohio State. It's Parrish. 15 for Nicholson.
Breakdowns. On the ball, off the ball. It's pretty much all over the place.
Nicholson into double figures for the 4th time this season. Mobley with his... And he's given the Wolverines a 3-point lead.
And sometimes with that 2-2-1, they'll take a turnover if they can get it. But when they're coming back, you have to still find your man. And that was another breakdown, not to get to Burnett quick enough.
Ohio State coming in off their Wednesday lopsided win over Washington. And he's Mobley.
Shooting 2 for 2 from the 3-point stripe.
So Wolf sits and Will Cheddar, junior big off the bench, comes into the game for Dusty May. Boy, good looking turnaround shot.
17 minutes too, so he's a guy who can be productive.
Wolf high arching 3, no, won't go. It's cleared by Thornton.
Let's see if he puts the ball and goes by somebody or sets someone up. There you go.
1-point game.
Basketball, dribbling it up and really understands the angles in terms of getting to the basket.
Young man who has almost doubled his scoring average from what he did last year at Auburn. Mobley catches, shoots. Everything that Jake Diebler is thinking about, and who took over this job on a full-time basis almost a year ago to the day. It was mid-February of last year. After the dismissal of Chris Holtman. Royal, what a dive to the cup. Backdoor.
Set for Gale again, the former Buckeye.
Donaldson's pass deflected, Stewart to steal.
Yeah, Donaldson left his feet again. Going up that imaginary ladder, you get in trouble. Look at Thornton. This is what he has to do. There you go. Good boy.
Dropping dimes. It's Stewart.
Backdoor cut. Get the young fella some confidence on the road. It's a nice matchup between two high-octane offensive freshmen. Diallo and Mobley Jr.
And two offensive teams that have been playing better basketball of late. Washington averaging 73 points over their last 3 games, and Ohio State's won 4 of the last 6. And Sean Stewart, a big nation from a weather standpoint.
That's exactly right. Boy, Harrison top of this 1-3-1.
They design a play to get down on the block to Evan Mahaffey. To 9 points in the first half.
So the Huskies starting to take better care of the basketball, Kevin. They're giving themselves a chance. In the half-court offense, they've been pretty good.
The Buckeyes 4 for their last 4 from the floor. They've been able to hold off Washington. Bradshaw trying again from deep. He has basketball.
He can. Nice adjustment there to go to his offhand at the bucket. Can Washington sit down defensively and get some stops and start feeling good about themselves on this end of the floor?
That's the big question, and not on that.
We talked about Tyler Harris coming into the game, averaging 18.5 over his last 3, so continuing his hot streak.
Jumper by Bradshaw. He's in
alive, and that allowed Williams to come in, showing you why he's amongst the leading scorers in this league, 4th.
And in the 3-game winning streak, 26 points per game for Bryce Williams, the reigning Big Ten Player of the Week, already with 11. Thornton. Mahaffey now against Hoiberg. The swing around to Parrish from the arc. And
23% foul shooter there.
That's his 4th make of the year at the line in 14 attempts. Thornton backing up to Mobley for 3. That ankle must feel all right. He's got a...
They thought he was going to skip it. The defender tried to jump it to help out on the perimeter player. A little bit more extended to the elbow. That allowed him to get a cleaner look.
Mobley, his 3 will fall. Nebraska. In the corner, Parrish's 3 will fall. Huskers with their largest lead. Good time for it with 1:10 to go. Thornton inside, Mahaffey to the rim for a 2-hand flush.
Terrific maneuver by Gillespie at the rim, but great effort by Birch. First look here. He's up there. Good. Going to walk in the park. You got to make it tough. Nice hands and run out.
They had a chance. There's a hit ahead. And the drive and the score for 2. So they're hopeful that Maryland is on the highway to the danger zone. There has not been much of a danger zone in this series.
They're nice call. Right, they expect a lot from him. A bad ankle injury. Get some minutes on occasion. There you go. That's his game right there. He's a hip hugger.
He ran into his own man. Mahaffey, it looked like. Here's Parrish. Got there.
And nobody's
sweeping through. That is majestic.
Yvonne at a disadvantage.
Horns played so many minutes tonight. Here's Royal. Yeah, it was easy.
What surprised me, he's only had 2 foul outs all year.
Yeah.
Really playing within himself, within the confines of the rules.
It's tough to do in the Big Ten.
It is. And once again, they go that zone look. And I'd like a pop to the free throw line. And make them use a lot of clock. There it is.
It's Parrish exploding to the rim.
Nice
shots. But the problem is if you don't get over, you may get a foul just like he did.
It's Bradshaw, the Kentucky transfer, handing off to Thornton. 1,000-point score. Mobley 3, good. Knocks it in from out.
He's going to have to come out, and that just opens up the paint area a little bit more.
It's Thornton with the drive, takes it in. Boswell was on him, and Royal again, who was having a war.
Yeah, this home crowd should help throughout the day. If Illinois gets in a little trouble, they're down to 4 points right now. There's that little guard action.
In the corner, Royal 3, another one.
He's going to spend a ton of time at the free throw line. So get that number up to 75%. You can work on that in practice.
Whereas Johnson already has his 3rd double-double of the season. He's got it today with a terrific first half. Thornton, Jonas will defend. Under a minute to go.
Well defended so far.
It's a 3 from Royal. Got it! Wow, wow! Royal has increased his scoring by 10 points and 5 rebounds since last year. I mean, an incredible jump. Down the other way comes Thornton.
That's Mobley.
It's outside with a three. Got it. Big shot, John Mobley.
Fake. That allows him to get downhill.
Yannick Conan Niederhauser doesn't take many threes, and he's off the mark there.
You know, I think it's early, so Mike Rhodes doesn't mind that, but that's, to me, good defense by Ohio State. If that's going to happen, you can live with that.
Just his 10th three-point try of the season. He's made one. John Mobley Jr.'s taken a lot thrown around in the Ohio State practice gym. It was recognized coming in.
And he's not one-dimensional. Here he's starting the offense. You know, he's getting better at handling the ball and making decisions.
10 to shoot. Evan Mahaffey getting booed by the student section that once cheered him on. This is Mobley. That's his third of the game. Mobley's been quiet in the early going. It's been Thornton who knocked down a three. They get down low, and Bradshaw's there to clean it up.
They need to call Michael Parrish's number. They got to get him involved. Oh, good.
Bradshaw for the jam.
Junior getting off of Peyton Sanford too far on the help. Mark Harding doing a good job of getting downhill and looking opposite.
All Sanford needs is a breath of space, and he'll take it. There's Mobley on the other end. Answers.
Smith. Oh, that's tricky, but he missed it. Leak out. Thornton didn't see it in time. To the corner. Parrish for three.
That's not.
I imagine they're going to try to get Mobley a look here. Best three-point shooter on the team.
Taken to the corner.
Instead, it's Stewart for three. Pure.
Is not backing down. He's bringing the physicality right to you.
Ohio State over 3 minutes scoreless. Trying to find that rhythm from the beginning of the half. Pocket pass. Stewart push it through on the roll. With Lawyer getting tangled up with Smith. Kaufman-Renn doesn't care. Comes up short. Rebound. Poked around and Wall secures it. Crowd thought he was out of bounds on the baseline. Instead, Ohio State will look to push.
But Michael Parrish is lucky that wasn't a moving screen on that dribble handoff.
And then drills the three. Ohio State looking to regain the lead after the 9-0 run put them down by 6. Thornton ripped through. Working on Cox. Floated up. Slam it home.
A slump, and he'll work his way out of it.
But listen, as you get into it, you can get out of it. But it's where your mindset is at. And your teammates have to figure out ways to try to get you some easier buckets, too. That can also assist you in finally getting out of that shooting shot. So,
point guard play.
Yep. Oh,
nice slip. And an easy jam for the Buckeyes.
To bounce to kind of get 2 feet close to the paint, and once he got inside, able to elevate right over the top.
Thornton. Pop out, Mobley. Good shot. Great. Thornton the inbounder. Mahaffey. Stewart. Mobley. Parrish. Mobley, quick release.
Never rushed. And when he's offensively aggressive, Wisconsin is very difficult to contain because you have to pick your poison with the 5 guys on the floor. All of them can score.
Bradshaw at over 7 feet. Hey. All right, you were the best player in high school in Ohio last year. Good job of defense. Thornton has Stewart on the side. Mobley. Boy, if they could get him going, this would be
off as soon as he let that one go. It's kind of a force because he hadn't had some success here in the second half yet.
Deep ball would cut the lead to 4. This would do it. And here come the Buckeyes.
A little spacing action for the Buckeyes.
Here's Evans for 3, a little bit strong. Oregon starting off 2 of 5 from 3, as are the Buckeyes. 12-10 lead for the Ducks.
They got to get Thornton involved on this possession. This is a sort of a broken look here. So the best player let him make a play.
Here he is, Thornton with the shot fake, 8 to shoot, wrap around pass. and finds Mahaffey for the flush.
That's a beautiful pass.
Send out the message to the rest of the student sections around the Big Ten. You're going to have to do better than that to get to Nate Biddle.
That's right.
That is not going to phase the big man.
No, you got to do your homework against him. And Thornton likes this matchup. Foot speed.
Working against Biddle. Back out deep three from Mobley is good. Oh my goodness.
It's a game or two, I see. You call Jackson Shelstad stepping up. If his teammates aren't going to follow him, he will certainly look for his.
He's capable of carrying you for a game. We've seen it in his young career. Parrish trying to answer again, and he does.
I don't care what level, where you're at, you scored 3,000 points in high school, you know how to score.
Second foul on Edmonds. Here's Parrish. Off the glass and in. And the bucket. Thornton, can he answer? Not this time. Got his own rebound. Glover for the lead. Yes! The goal for Czar as a team.
So, and look what happened.
He's doing pretty good in the NFL. Meanwhile, the turnover. Here come the Buckeyes. Thornton. Now Glover. Thornton shows it. They need to get him on track offensively. Glover steps into a jump shot and knocks it down. Mobley, hard drive. Teardrop. Short. Glover. Rebound. Mobley for three.
Starting to go down. Camp Wagner getting it going. Allison on the first one. Now Wagner. That's big for Indiana State.
Got a couple. 6 points for Wagner, 26-21. Ohio State. Royal whip past Mobley through two. Extra pass Glover. Off the shot fake. Rises. And the mid-range goes again. North Carolina native, a transfer from Presbyterian, had to claw his way to a D1 opportunity with Presbyterian after starting at Winston-Salem State in Division II. Whip pass inside. Bradshaw got it. Plus the foul.
One of those dunks we were looking forward to seeing.
Harding rises. Too strong. Royal tip to Thornton. Ohio State one shy of its largest lead. Stewart goes up.
Ohio State is a step slow defensively. Too many open looks from deep for Valpo here to start this game.
Double team comes high. Thornton looking for the open man and finds our Seth his first.
So now they go into a zone. So Valpo doing a great job of switching things up right now defensively against the Buckeyes.
Thornton, good vision, and Thornton throws one down.
He could even be more aggressive in my opinion.
Now in his fifth year, 135 games over those 4 seasons you just mentioned, in a couple different programs. Royal calling for the ball. Now Mobley Jr., he loves it, and he makes it. Lead is 12 for Ohio State. All right, trying to cut into that and unable to find the deep ball. It's brought down by Sean Stewart. Now Thornton sneaks one through. Mahaffey and built like a football player.
Yes, he is.
Three-pointer in the air. That won't go with it. Boy, just flash for the board. Couple of beacons there. He didn't care. Shot right in between for the rebound. Now Thornton with it. He's trying to reward the big man, and look what he does. Cruz Monegro with it, and now he's just got to get rid of it. Schwieger with it, and Schwieger wants a 3. Rebound. Bruce Thornton.
Ohio State, nice bounce back after struggling against Auburn. 38-point defeat is never tastes good.
The ability, I can't, hit this hard enough for people at home. A lot of times, a lot of big players are rushed in how they turn face.
Looking for their first stop of the day, and they got it, forcing a wild shot from Bailey.
Yeah, you're going to see Bailey and Dylan Harper take some ill-advised shots from time to time.
Royal powers his way up.
Not been in this scenario before, so it's going to be interesting to see how they respond.
Well, off the inbounds. Beautiful setup for Michi Johnson.
Get after guys, and generally when you concentrate on the defensive end, things come a lot easier.
Well, another out-of-bounds set that leads to an easy basket. It's Mahaffey.
Go to Purdue on Sunday. We have got to stay sharp for 40 minutes.
Ohio State has transition. Thornton, the lob, and Stewart finishes it up.
Thornton showing some patience. He will absolutely have better nights. Mobley was scoreless in the first half. It's another three.
Business of coaching that type of movement. And you have to defend the three. Ohio State, 6th in the country from beyond the arc at close to 45%.
Michi Johnson, corner three, and he buried as well for this Buckeye team. Low short on the three. 5-point lead midway through the first half. Mobley, deep three. Got it to drop.
15 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. He's the ball screen maestro. He's putting up video game type numbers right now.
Delalich had it stripped. 4th turnover by the Panthers. Quick ball movement in the corner. Mobley, his second on the team in scoring and tied for the most made three-pointers on the team as well.
He can slither to the basket. And here's another dead ball score. Led for much of that game and outplayed Wisconsin, but you have to finish it off. Pitt holds teams to 26% from three. The Buckeyes have had too many clean looks, and Ohio State holds teams to 34% from the floor. It's another easy.
He's on the bench, having his right calf looked at. As Thornton falls down, scampers back to his feet, and this time Stewart.
So quick with his right hand, but when he gets left, it's lights out.
Only player in the NCAA averaging 15, 6, 5, and 2. That's points, rebounds, assists, and steals. The only player in all of college basketball. Parrish fouled on the three. He's been quiet in the second half for Pitt. Thornton for Parrish. Launches the three.
The drive, and Green Bay's on the board.
That's a good move. All good concentration there. Guard sliding over.
Michi Johnson again from three. So Thornton now will work it up the floor. Around the screen. Oh, nice slice to the rim from Mahaffey, who got the kind roll.
Confidence. Looked like that was a set play from Coach Gottlieb. Get him at the bucket and get him a little bit more comfortable.
Doug Gottlieb was very high on that youngster. We got a chance to chat with him a little bit earlier today. And Coach's son, and real smart kid. Mahaffey inside. Beautiful move.
It would be wise to continue to push the pace before the Buckeyes can get set.
They'll go to work around the Mahaffey screen. Finds Michi Johnson. That three falls again. A high five.
He was able without some help coming from that backside.
Michi in the corner, back up top now to Stewart. Buckeye team 4-1 on this young season. Stewart, nice catch, gather and finish.
There you go, and that busted that up. Nice job.
Johnson bumped on his way in by Thornton, and Thornton just too strong, took it away.
Yeah, that was a body blow.
Oh, and a nice feed and a good catch by Royal, able to feather that one over the rim, and a timeout. 7 turnovers this half, though, for the Phoenix. That's been a problem. Buckeyes 21 points off turnovers tonight, and there's 3 more.
All right, Kevin, but when you think, the minute you think defensively against a guy like that, you're beat.
Here comes Bruce Thornton off the floor. Mobley again. He's got the hot hand. He's got 11. It is. He wins Best Mustache Award tonight.
Everybody can't rock that, Kevin.
No, there's a reason you and I are clean shaven.
Oh,
I mean, many reasons, really.
True. That's true. Well, that's tough action to cover that Ohio State's running right now. Screen the screener. Trying to get Brett.
Oop. Mobley inside. Count the bucket and the foul. I'm not sure that's a good guy that led St. Francis in scoring last year. He's a transfer over. That's a tough contested shot off glass.
Yeah, Cam Gregory, the St. Francis transfer with 2. And Thornton pinned on the baseline will back it out.
Thornton is off to quite the start to his season. Just doesn't turn the ball over, always in control, finds his teammates, makes shots, big-time floor general.
And there's Parrish, top of the key. It's just most prolific on the offensive side, just 1 bucket each game, but you guard 1 through 5. Easy to get on the floor.
No, and his job is not going to be to score. It will be off of maybe some roll situations. You're going to see him on the offensive glass look to get putbacks. But you're looking at Bruce Thornton, Michi Johnson, Micah Parrish to be the guys that are really scoring the ball. And this guy right here is electric.
That was pure. Mobley coming around the screen. Corner 3. Got it. He is on fire here.
Impressive move right there. Using that spin without the dribble to get almost from the elbow all the way to the rim.
Coming off 24 against Navy, the most responsibility for Sinani in his career this year.
It's been a little up and down for him in that. I mean, you see that roll go up.
Mobley again. He gets crisp right now, a minute to go in the first half.
They've already got their average with a minute to play in the half. They've made 11 threes. Smart play by Bruce Thornton there to not touch that, grab that ball until he crossed into the front court.
Working around the high hedge, bounce pass, Royal open for the flush.
Ohio State is just operating.
Starting 4 for 4 from 3. So things are going to happen. 3 the other way. Gregory has it roll out. Royal the rebound. Royal now with 8 rebounds, 13 points, potentially on track for his 2nd straight double-double.
Good pass. Boy, Terrence Frank just lost track of the basketball. Preparation that goes into it. And then just all the kind of energy you have to put into coaching a team. Oh, good cut right there. An even better read. Just Bruce Thornton is so under control.
Day, a guy who hasn't gotten a lot of minutes this year, coming in very early and contributing with the corner 3. So important, especially with his height out there. Hard to guard that shot.
Averaging 6.5 minutes in 3 games. Johnson, a triple. He's got it to go.
Float that one up and in. Unreal talent with this kid.
And then he blocks Tayshawn Comer. Both ends for Mobley. He's calling for it. Thornton instead lobs to Royal. And Devin Royal off the boards. Thornton to the hoop. Rejected by Comer. He gets it back. Comer saves it. Mobley, corner 3. Yes! Thornton's got 2 points. He loves to Bradshaw.
Smooth stroke to get his first college points.
Hafner on the other end. Can't respond. Welcome to college basketball, Colin White. Royal, a double-double already. He's going to add on. Came into this game already. The 4th best team in the country defending field goals.
They've been really solid, and that mark is so incredible, especially when they've played 2 top 25 teams in Texas and then Texas A&M, and then had a great performance against Youngstown. Reverse move, and maybe he could have just gone up on that initial take. Colin White read that perfectly and was able to swat it down for an impact play.
Purple Aces like to go quick to the basket. White, does he have another? Yes, he does.
I don't even know if he's seen it. He served up about 20 dishes out of the cookbook, but none led to a good shot.
Ohio State, 2 good defensive possessions outside of giving up that offensive rebound.
Unselfish. Taylor. 11 points now for Phelps. We haven't mentioned in a while. Again, Jace Carter is out for this game. Nothing overly serious. We noticed he was not participating in shoot-around today. It was likely that he was not going to be able to participate. We hope to have him back soon. Offensive rebound leads to the slam for Coleman. And then an alley-oop on the other end. Phelps wheels and turns that one over in traffic. Here comes Thornton the other way. Thornton gliding. Gets it back. Beautiful feed inside. Another dime dropped off.
Shot clock getting late. Down to 5 for Harper. Steps into a 3. And it slides off. The rebound for Stewart. A cold start for Youngstown State. From out deep. And Stewart steps into a jam. Machine named DJ Burns.
And he was quite the player himself. And Kirkland redshirting all year, becoming a stronger and better basketball player will be really important to this team this year.
Drive and kick. Johnson rains in a 3.
Coach Terry talked about their need to guard at the guard position. And right now, the Buckeyes have it going in the backcourt.
Trey Johnson missed on the corner 3. Parrish going to get him reset.
Bradshaw can knock down threes. Transfer from Kentucky. Very skilled on the perimeter.
Parrish rips it.
I do this.
I think he heard you, Davis.
Trey Johnson, the freshman out of Garland, Texas. He was the consensus 5th-ranked player in the 2024 class. This is Shedrick inside, misses the hook, trying to tip it home, and they come up empty again. Taylor, you were eavesdropping in on Rodney Terry's timeout huddle. What did you hear?
Yes, Coach was telling his guys, get some paint shots, make some threes, take this one possession at a time. He said to go out there.
Presence of Texas, and it really has been Johnson and Kaluma offensively taking over inside and outside.
Ohio State has missed 11 straight shots. Thornton may have traveled, gets it out to the corner. Big 3.
Just outworking the Longhorns.
Here comes the freshman. He's not done yet.